Drew McIntyre is indeed not leaving the WWE. He's not going to AEW. And I think I can already see Kenny starting to tear up a little bit, man. I'm going to throw it straight up to you. What do you think about this development? Drew is not leaving the E.
No, I'm just kidding. I think Drew McIntyre is a WWE guy, but it would have been great to see him at All In this year. That's really the around this whole situation. Is Drew McIntyre leaving? Is he not? I was just thinking, you know what? If Drew McIntyre comes out at All In, that's going to blow the roof off of that place, especially if he made his debut there. But it looks like he's not going to be making his debut anywhere else because he is on fire right now in WWE. So I think this was the right decision he made. Glad they locked him in. Hopefully, they just keep him hot and don't let him cool off like they did last time. And apparently, he will be getting his music back. WWE has been teasing it. We don't know 100%, but that could have been a part of the deal. I'll just leave it at that. Brian, what do you think?
I'm really happy that Drew did stick around. I think that right now for his career, it was probably the best move that he could have made. I think he's even hotter than when he actually won the title because back then it was a different era. Obviously, no crowd around or anything like that. So the fact that right now he's proving that he could do it with a crowd and he's doing really, really well. Just makes me really happy for him. So I think that he made the right decision by staying with WWE. And I'm really happy that his theme song is being teased. So good call on that, Kenny. I think that since he signed the contract, I think that's going to be Drew's theme song again. So I'm excited for that.
Me too, man. Look, first of all, Sheamus got his theme back. Triple H is at the helm. I see it coming back. I mean, they teased it even when Vince McMahon was at the top. In Clash at the Castle back in the day. So if you can like hold that much sway, I don't know, unless Drew McIntyre himself doesn't want it, which doesn't look like the likely story now, it's coming back. I give it like a 95% chance. Hopefully it's not remixed by Def Rebel or something like that.
Oh my
God. I've been seeing those parody songs on Twitter. People are killing me with those. Those are great. But yeah, that's coming back. I'm glad Drew is coming back as well. At one point, I thought, just like Kenny did, like, he should go to AEW, honestly, at this point in his career. It kind of makes sense. And this was when he lost to Seth Rollins in a really bad way. Like, I think it was like the third straight time he lost clean or something like that. I was like, holy moly. And then they just let him kind of do his thing. Drew said it himself, like they gave me more freedom, and this is the result right now. And obviously not everybody deserves the freedom that Drew McIntyre has when it comes to his character and his promo work, because some people cannot handle it. But Drew showed us, way more than showed us, that he can easily handle this, and he just revitalized his career in a couple of months. He made himself a world heavyweight champion. He has this hot angle with CM Punk, which some people argue that it's more interesting than Seth Rollins versus CM Punk, for example, because of how good Drew has been on the mic. And yeah, I got nothing but praise for the man. I'm happy that he's happy. I do hope that he gets that world heavyweight championship back on his waist sometime. Right now, it just makes sense for him to sign. And the fact that The Rock, Mr. Boulder himself, like sent him a sword, and he was like personally wanting to give that gift, as a matter of fact. It's kind of crazy. I like that. And this is like one of the first times we're seeing, outside of a storyline, The Rock really having showcasing his backstage role. I mean, so that's a very interesting shift, in my opinion. It's like, okay, so he is like, it doesn't say it just to say it. Like, this is talent acquisition stuff. Like, he is in there. The Rock is in there to do his thing, man. So what do you guys think about that? I'm kind of curious, actually.
Yeah, for sure. I think The Rock doing that, it kind of does cement his position. Like, he's saying, I'm your boss, I'm the final boss. But for him doing stuff like that, I mean, let's be real. We're marks. The wrestlers are marks these days. So The Rock sending you a sword, I mean, that's like, okay, it's just going to make you feel like you made the right decision. And I really like it. It feels, for some reason, I don't know. It does feel good. Just all around, for The Rock to be that guy who's in that position and the wrestlers respect him. I know he felt good getting that from The Rock, so I love it. Brian?
Yeah, I think that was cool from The Rock sending that to him, and it's another way The Rock endorsing Drew McIntyre. I think that's the most important part about this. That he went on his way to do that, and he went and posted on social media himself. for just an endorsement from one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, maybe the greatest, is just an incredible win for Drew McIntyre at this point. So that's just the way I look at it. It's just like somebody endorsing you that's so big and at the top and one of the most famous people in the world is really cool. So I think it's great.
That is big time stuff. And yeah, man, there's one last thing I want to get your guys' opinion on, because Drew McIntyre is not the only wrestler from England. Well, you know, as far as the land goes, he's from Scotland, of course, but somewhere really close to England is Ireland. I'm getting to, in a roundabout way, to this man right here with Drew McIntyre, who looks like, kind of like me,
Balor.
with the hairstyle and the beard. I even have his t-shirt. Maybe you were, yeah, what do you think about Finn Balor, man? Like, I guess we talked about him, but Finn Balor signed, Drew McIntyre signed. I'm feeling like this pretty much guarantees Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. They're saying too.
Ooh, you think they locked it in?
I think they pretty much locked in. Maybe
I
they'll.
don't know, man.
Really? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
We got different reasons though, like different reasons. I don't know if Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre have new babies, but it seems like Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch kind of want to put the focus on the kids. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they signed, because it looks like somebody else must be in that office making these decisions right now. We're negotiating with these wrestlers. I believe somebody got released who was doing it before. So
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, whoever's in there right now, and speaking to them, it sounds like they know exactly what to do and they know what these wrestlers want. So if it's a lighter schedule Seth Rollins wants, maybe they tell him, you work Raw, you work SmackDown, you don't have to do the house shows just to keep him on this roster. So I don't know. And this picture Kiddo has right here of Seth Rollins,
listen,
he looks like a happy man with that championship. So I don't know.
Yeah, listen, if Roman Reigns was able to get that, I'm sure that they can split Seth Rollins' house shows in half or something. I'm sure they'll work whatever they can to keep him on this roster. Because at the end of the day, losing Seth Rollins to AEW, that is like AEW losing Cody Rhodes to WWE. So it's just as big of a blow, in my opinion.
No, I agree 100%, because Seth has been there for everything, bro. Like, if you made him do a 24/7 storyline, he would do it. He's literally the handyman of the WWE, and I compare him to The Miz, like, but on a main event level where you can just literally put this man everywhere. In the beginning, the middle of a pay-per-view, the end. You can put him in a pay-per-view 3 times, 4 times in a row at the same night, and he will still deliver. I think he was the backbone of WrestleMania 2 this year. And so it's...
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So a lot of people... Yeah.
I was going to say, I do want to see him in AEW, though, because I need Seth Rollins, Will Ospreay. I need Seth Rollins, Kenny Omega. I need Seth Rollins and Okada. If he was in AEW, he would definitely cook. But unfortunately, WWE is going to be home for a lot of these wrestlers.
Exactly. A lot of dream matches in AEW for sure. It's just like you said, a lot of people are choosing to stay at the WWE. I think that's the biggest takeaway.
I agree.